Hi, Sagittarius. So I hope you can hear me. I'm going to try not to be too loud because it's getting late. But um, this is a reading for Sagittarius Sun, Moon, Rising for the month of August 2023. I will be doing this Celtic cross spread here. I also incorporate the astrological houses into the reading. All right, so let's get to it, Sag. Let's see what's going on for you. So, what I can see so far is that there's an infinite possibility of physical manifestation that you are birthing into existence. You somehow have tapped into your inner resources or your inner resourcefulness in a way that is gestating some sort of tangible results, some sort of refined results in something. This could have to be with a creative project that you are taking to a monetary level, whether that be as a side hustle, as a full-on business, a small business, a corporate, take it wherever you want to take it. Eight of Pentacles is the highest amount of talent. The foundation has been there. The aptitude for greatness is already been cultivated. We've seen that in the Seven of Pentacles. We've moved to the Eight, which is now working to almost brand yourself. You're making your finesse. There's something that you bring to this skill, this actual physicality that is unique to you, and you are tapped in, so it is infinitely abundant for you. You could make a living from this, is what this is saying. And it seems like you've been really babying this, really mothering this, giving it the time, the attention, the even giving it the breathing room when it's been due. Something you have been really honing. Now this can literally be any kind of business that has to do with aesthetics, with anything Venusian, anything Taurian. So you could have these placements in your chart. But also there is this Capricorn, Virgo, heavy on the Virgo, mercurial energy coming in and kind of blending together with this pair. It seems like whatever project, whatever creation that you've been working on is now starting to become perfected. You're putting the finishing touches on something, or you've, throughout this creation process, have manifested some sort of infinite potential for abundance, some perfection. However, because it crosses you, this perfection, it could be the perfection that is the problem. Maybe this is holding this gestation period, drawing it out a little longer, longer than that typical 9 months. And so you just want to be aware that you don't want to, when it's time for something to breathe, when it's time for something to be out in the open, to get air, right? So that the sun can hit it, so it can grow. You don't want to like smother it. That's the only warning I have here. Otherwise, absolutely beautiful combo. Okay, so what you're thinking that you are ready to be the boss of your financial world. Whatever world you're creating down here, you want to be in charge of that. You're thinking a lot about your material possessions, how you can make your money work for you, what abundance you have, and how that can benefit the others in your life as well as yourself for the future. Um, you're establishing your kingdom and your prosperity. That's what you're thinking about. You got your mind on the money and how you're managing your money right now. Now, in the past, you had some sort of hold up, feeling restricted, feeling contained, like you weren't able to break out of some sort of bondage, some sort of cycle. I feel like this might be either you were stuck and unable to move forward in some sort of way with something. I haven't clarified yet. But I feel like it is more that you are having this need for perfection in the past has really been a kind of a holding back. It's been an addiction. Perfection can be an addiction, right? That's why we have clinical things that describe that kind of combo and that kind of those kind of energies. It can make you very compulsive. It can make you hold back from feeling like you can put out what you've been doing in order to there's a fear of releasing what we've been caring for, what we've been nurturing, what we've been putting our energy into, for fear that it won't be received well, or for fear that it won't go where it needs to go, or for fear that it's just not good enough. Now, for some of you, this pair here, they're looking right at each other, and the eight of coins is very, it's about mastery, right? Mastery of a talent, of some sort of skill. And this is about nurturing and cultivating the natural resources from around you, or your inner resources and your external resources being used. She knows what to use around her. She's infinitely abundant because she knows that everything is abundant around her. And she knows what cycles things come in and what cycles things go out. So she prepares. She knows when she prepares for the season prior, right? So she's already knows all that information. So she's able to have constant flow of abundance because she knows the seasons and what comes in and what goes. She prepares, she gestates, she creates, she nurtures. The devil is kind of like a wild card, you know? He's kind of like, I am like everything all at once, but yet I kind of contain. It's kind of like that fear that you just can't put your finger on it. It's that addiction that you just can't get a hold of. So there's something here about in the past, some sort of cyclical bondage had been holding you back in some sort of way. Maybe from doing this, maybe from getting to this point. The devil is ruled by Capricorn, and the planetary correspondence for Capricorn is Saturn, right? Saturn is the time. He's Chronos. He's time. So it's also delays. So there's this like delaying time. Something could have gotten held up for a very long time, and now it seems you've been waiting for a long time with the Seven of Pentacles. Now we're into the Eight of Pentacles, where it's finally here. It's finally over. We've gotten everything done. We've put all our finishing touches on everything. It's ready to give birth to this baby, because it was a little too cozy for a while. And we're really kind of excited and ready to kind of put the final touches or show the world what we're made of in terms of our skills or in terms of our creative skills in some sort of way. This can literally just be, you can take these creative skills that I'm talking about and apply it to any aspect of your life. You can apply it to your life in general. My life, I'm recreating it after a time of difficulty. Maybe I was addicted to something. Maybe I lost everything because I had a gambling addiction or something like that. That's just an example. And now you're really taking your money and your management of your resources seriously, because for some reason there was a restriction or a delay in the past, and that's not a place you want to go back to. You want things to flow. You want things to finish this manifestation, to give birth to this baby, this metaphorical baby or physical baby even. If you were like feeling like, when is it going to end? It's coming. The baby is coming. Also, 2 is about resources. That's the second house, right? And so she's the second house, and this falls in the second house. So this is something you're really trying to manifest or perfect, some sort of resource, some sort of, you're trying to perfect how you go about getting a resource, maybe. There's something here about that. Now, in the old days, we talked about farming. That's why we talk about resources and agriculture and all that stuff. And that's why the tarot is so much like that. But you can apply that to any part of your life. Okay? Anywhere where that fits, if it feels like it's resonating, that's where you would apply it. So now, we know what's going on in the past. We know what happened there. There was some holdup, some delay, some toxic cycle of some kind. Maybe some toxic person that was holding us back. And, it was like, I was with this guy who was blowing all this money, or this girl that was blowing all this money, and we shared resources, and now, for example, he's gone, that's over. I had to wait a long time to get back to where I'm at. I've been perfecting my resources. I've been saving up for something as well. This is saving up for what we value. Trying to, perfect what we value. And this is about beauty as well. And she falls in the first house placement for me. So, in my readings. So there's this kind of perfecting ourselves too. Maybe there's been a delay with something in the past. There was some sort of restriction in the past. You couldn't finish something. You couldn't do something. And now there is this ability to perfect or refine something about ourselves that we might have been stuck with. You can apply that anywhere you'd like. Capricorn does rule the teeth and the bones. So maybe you had a broken nose. It was a little offset. You didn't like it. And now you're able to fix it. You've saved up and you're able to fix it. Or you're going to fix it. Or it was your teeth. You didn't like your teeth. They were too crowded. Whatever. Overbite, underbite, gapping. This is, or maybe it was a toothache. And because the devil can also be something a little bit painful too, right? So it's kind of a painful cycle. So there's something here that takes time. You didn't have it, or you didn't have some money or something, and now you've been manifesting this, you've been perfecting this, this has been something you're putting attention into your resources. And it could have to do with your physical body or skill or talent or business that could be in the beauty industry, because I have the Empress here with money. So she's all about aesthetics, she's all about beauty, and she's about wellness and taking care of yourself. This can also be about what we consume and really kind of perfecting what we consume. So trying to maintain or be meticulous about what we put into our bodies. This could be drugs, and that's how this applies. This could be food, that's how this applies. Anything where we were maybe stuck in a cycle, doing something over and over again, it wasn't working for us. Now we're getting our hands on the meticulousness of it and really kind of getting into the nitty-gritty and making it work for us. We're manifesting perfection in some sort of way for ourselves, for our bodies, for our business, for whatever it fits, okay? And I see here that you've got money on your mind, so maybe you're not quite there yet, but you're getting very close to finishing this up, whatever you've been trying to create, manifest here. Now, back to this, where you're falling short of seeing, where your subconscious mind is, but your conscious mind isn't at. You're sad about something. There's some conflict within your emotional body. There's some conflict within how you feel about yourself, or how you feel about this situation. Something is making you sad. In the traditional Five of Cups, this is a pip deck. This is an old school, very old school pip deck. Typically you'd see a picture of a guy hunched over looking at 3 cups spilt. There's 2 cups behind his back, but he doesn't see them. He's just looking at what the milk that has spilt, the wine, the water, whatever you want to call it, that has spilt. He's grieving a loss, but he's not grateful for what he has, or he doesn't realize what really he has still. He needs to take a look around and see things from a brighter perspective. So maybe you're being a little bit I don't want to say self-critical, or maybe you need to look at this from a different perspective. That I'm not saying that you shouldn't be critical of yourself in some sort of way, or how you look, or want to change something about yourself or perfect yourself to your best of your abilities. But this is saying that there's something here that's you're sad about still, that you feel lost. You feel like you lost maybe time. You might have lost some time. Maybe you're getting a little bit older than you wanted to be when this is happening. Maybe you wanted to be a mother, and you really, really wanted to have the picture perfect family, or the traditional style family, or the traditional style family for you that you planned on, but it took a lot longer than you expected. Or if mother isn't the actual thing, then you're a mother of your business, a mother of your perfect teeth, a mother of your, whatever it is. Okay? And the devil and this can also be a business. This can also be a foundation, having enough money to build your own house. And you were maybe there was a loss of some kind along the way, and you got set back. The setbacks here. So with this sadness and this grief over loss here, there's some change that happened that you weren't happy with, maybe in your home and family sector. Maybe you wish your home and family area of life could be a little bit more You might have lost a home. That could also be it. You could have lost somebody in your family and you wish that they were there for this experience. There's something here that you're under in an undercurrent you're sad about, that you've lost something. You're grieving that, but at the same time you're birthing this new perfection of some kind, this new wonderful you, or wonderful you into existence here. Now, in the future, in the near future, I see you going for your goals. Here you are. This is your card. You are in your driver's seat. You are like really being yourself. You feel good. You feel like you're yourself again after a very long time. And you're still shooting pretty far with your goals. You're very goal-oriented in the near future. It's as if you get where you need to be, or you've wanted to be for a very long time, and you set your sights even higher on whatever the next step is. This is planning for the future, and because I have the Sag card and the Aquarius card here, it's very future orientated. We're talking about like light years into the future. You're like, boom, boom, boom. I know I want this, 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 and this. And it's very expansive in the near future for you. You're thinking about the big picture. Now, your advice is to dream, to continue to dream, to get in touch with that side of yourself that's a little bit magical, okay? To really feel your emotions, to be present with the current feelings you have, because those are going to help you along the way to understanding the magic of getting to where you want to go. If your spirituality is being cultivated and fed in some sort of way, then your spiritual being will be able to see and stay on the path that is your destiny, okay? And if you'll be able to see any pitfalls that you may have, any undoings that you might have, by staying connected to your source, staying connected to your spirit, whatever you want to call God, whatever higher power that you feel connected to, even if it's just your own higher self. This is saying that spirit is advising you to get spiritual. To understand the duality of the universe and how things are mirrored and the illusions that might play into your journey along the way. Like, Dorothy gets to Oz, right? She's in a dream world. She had bonked her head and now she's in a whole other dimension. And she meets the wizard. He seems like he's this big green monster guy floating in the sky, but then she realizes it's a trick. There's going to be pitfalls along the way. It's saying to plan for those pitfalls, to know that you will trip and it's going to be okay. Emotionally, you need to know you're going to be okay through this process. Okay. What other people are seeing you as? They're seeing you as so strong. They're seeing your resilience. They're seeing that you're a pillar in your family, maybe, in your community. You might be a pillar for somebody else right now as well. You might be holding somebody else up financially, or you might be really kind of caring for somebody who's had surgery, or you might have just had surgery and you're being so strong through the whole thing. They're seeing your strength. They're seeing how gently you are determined to get to where you need to be, to make sure that everybody is okay. And I also see that there's a, this is 7, right? This is the number 7. 7 is a very spiritual number. This is the 7th placed card, the 7th placement. It's also a very spiritual card. So spirituality is super significant here. It's advising you to get in touch with the other side more often in the way that you feel comfortable with. Connect with your spirit team, the people that care for you on the other side, your ancestors, your guides, whatever you want to call them, your family that's passed on. Very important that you connect with them during this time. They will help you through any pitfalls, any challenges, any undoings that could happen. They will be there to kind of soften the blow, or they'll show you, like, in some subtle way. You'll figure it out. You'll communicate with them. They're going to help you with your spiritual strength as well. This is the 8th house. So this strength is coming from an occult place, maybe a deeper spiritual place that will kind of, it's very healing as well. This is about institutions and healing, and maybe you had to be in the hospital for a while, or someone in your family was in the hospital for a while, or you've gone through some sort of loss, right? So this would have already happened, and now you are picking up the pieces, and your spiritual team's gonna help give you that strength. This is also other people's resources, so other people may be helping you, keeping you strong during this time. There's people are really rooting for you, and they're seeing how far that you've come and how strong you've had to be, spiritually and mentally as well. And financially, maybe you took a few hits, and they're just seeing you as very, very resilient at this time. You're strong during a crisis. You're strong on many different levels here. But your spirituality and your spiritual team will help you through anything. If this guy ever comes up again, if any kind of trouble comes up again, they'll be here to help you, to keep you on track this time around. And delays always happen for a reason. I truly believe that whatever this was totally meant to happen that way. And this is now you kind of coming out of that. And they're reminding you to stick with them. They got your back. So now, in terms of the 9th house, see, this is the thing that I saw when I first put the cards down that I wanted to talk about, but I had to wait. This guy, this little centaur, Sag character right here, it reminds me of that cartoon, or that whole thing with the kid who's shooting an apple on top of somebody's head. The kid's got an apple balanced on top of his head, and he's balancing it there, and the other kid's aiming with it, and he's like, ooh, like, I gotta shoot this right off the top of his head without hitting him, right? It just reminds me of that for some reason. It's like, in the near future, there might be the opportunity to take a risk of some kind, or you're going to have one shot at something, and you might be like, all right, I'm a little bit nervous about this, but I'm going to give it my good all try. And I wanted to talk about this as well. The imagery in this card. Here he is, aiming. But you see down here, there's a truffle pig here. I think that's a poppy. I'm not sure. I'm not certain. But I know this is a truffle pig. This pig is digging for truffles. Now, truffles are very prized, high value. I feel like they're fungi, but I don't want to say. We'll assume fungi. So the truffles here it's a search for the richness of life, right? The search for something deeper, the deeper meaning of things almost. And you're doing it somewhere else. You're searching somewhere else in a place that's at a distance. There could be some travel for you. You might be wanting to travel somewhere. That might be what you were trying to birth, what you were trying to save up. It could be for a house abroad. It could be for some sort of contract, work contract abroad. This could have to do with spiritual sabbatical. So you could be like, eat, pray, loving your life around, you know. There's something here about having a goal to go somewhere, having a goal to get to a place that is physical. So this is about potential relocation, desiring to relocate. You will get the opportunity. Things expand for you. World travel expands for you at some point. The ninth house can also be a very lucky house. So, and when I have the Earth card, there's earthly abundance available to you at a distance, or there's earthly abundance that's going to be lucky that comes in for you because of something that you're doing, some opportunity that you're taking, a risk that you're taking. Now, obviously, don't risk your whole life on one gamble, but this is, I see something here about this, taking a shot at something. This is, those of you who are into that sort of thing, I mean, it could even be gambling and the lottery and all that jazz. Like, it's some sort of gamble. It's some sort of lucky draw, lucky hit. There's something here where you're trying your sights at getting to the prize in some sort of way. That could have to do with travel, could have to do with gambling, could have to do with anything that is that energy of Leo. That lucky kind of vibe energy. Give me 1 second, guys. I didn't mean 9th house. I meant 5th house. I meant 5th house. You'll have to forgive me. My 9th house is... Yeah. Oh. It's been a long day. Okay. There is something here that is going to be lucky for you. There's an opportunity here to expand your luck, to expand your... There's just something here about future opportunities that you're going for that are tangible in nature. There's something you could touch if you could only reach it, is what I'm saying. Okay. Moving on. We are going to your outcome. You take this adventure for expansion. You reach for the goal. You set your sights. It's telling you that there is something that you will need to be careful about, or that you are trying to there is accuracy needed for this future manifestation. What you do will impact your future. You're coming to a crossroads. You can go this way or this way. Doesn't mean they're going to be bad. Doesn't mean one way's bad and one way's good. It means, or you might have the three-way crossroads, and it doesn't mean that any of those are going to be bad that you choose. But you can only choose one. One of the three, or two, or whatever. However many options. Now, you've only got one arrow here, right? So you have to make a choice of where to be. And that's where I think this is coming in. Maybe you're trying to get your master's, right? Maybe this is about school. And because I have the Sagittarian and the Mercury in Virgo, there's a lot of work that's gone into this. This could be going for your master's now, finally attaining some skill, and really putting the final touches on it, getting your master's degree. The Empress can be about, the resources required, or trying to save the money to do this, or find the resources. And so now we're going for the final touches. We want to do it maybe at a different school, in a different place. You might get a few offers of where you could be, where you could potentially finish your schooling, or your apprenticeship that you were done. You might have finished an apprenticeship. Now you are going for what do they call it? A residency. There you go, a residency. So you might be getting the hands-on job training, but you might get a lot of offers. There might be a lot of different opportunities that you could take, but you can only take one. This is saying really go for what's going to speak to you on a higher level. This is what is going to resonate with your kind of expand. It's going to help you expand the most. What is going to give you the most bang for your buck? What is going to culture you? What is going to make you grow? This is the most important decision that you could probably make in a long time. And you want to have those factors added in there. That's important. It will affect your life in some sort of way. It affects your future, and you're planning for your future. Definitely here. You're carefully planning your future. You've been dealing with delays in the past. Something's coming to a term, finally. And now it's time to make that decision in the near future. You might be a little bit nervous about it, but it's going to be okay. Just make sure wherever you shoot that arrow, that's where you want it to go. And I see here, you've got a stable collaboration that will help you manifest a new path for yourself. Your ships are coming in. You've got some stability behind your desires now. See how it looks like a door? Looks like these old wood slat doors. You can go this way, or you can go this way to the future. You decide. Actually, you know what? Both doors, if you look at it like a door here, Door this way, door this way. Whichever way it opens, you're going to the future. It's you're going future forward. If I wanted to get a little bit deeper into this reading, I'm gonna do that with the houses. But like, I feel like you choose the door. You might have three. You have three options. Spirit is telling you, listen, we're talking to you. We're going to help you make the decision of which three of these is going to be the door for you to move you into the future. Which is going to be the best path for you. They're going to help you discern which manifestation is going to be the one. See how there's three staves here? 3 rods? She's got three red dots on her head. I feel like you're going to get the information from them. The knowledge. There's 4 here, but I see these 3. These are what popped out to me. The 3 apples in the tree. That's knowledge, right? She's being crowned with knowledge in the future. So that's your reading. No, I'm just kidding. I'll go through the houses now. But you will have you'll get the shot. You finally get the shot and you take it. You're just going to have to listen to Spirit to know where to shoot. Where to place your efforts. All right, first house. We said we're looking good. We're presenting really abundant. So we might be a little bit more displaying our feminine wiles, our makeup, hair on point, we're just glowing a little bit more. We've got a little bit more Venusian qualities to us, a little bit more balance and aesthetically pleasing on our physical person. This could be our fashion, this could be our hair, it could be the whole 9 yards. There's a glow up happening for you physically during the month of August, Sagittarius. Your second house, what you're valuing? You're valuing your skills. You're valuing kind of harnessing any kind of talents that you're cultivating your talents right now. And you're working day and night on this. Be careful not to burn yourself out, to give yourself some rest, and you really are trying to get money from your skills at this time. There's something here about getting money from doing something in the aesthetic kind of field. I feel like this could be I'm trying to see. It could be a tattoo. You could be doing tattoos or makeup or anything that involves beauty and having a skill set. Any kind of aesthetic, artsy kind of balancing out kind of thing. A local neighborhood business could be of significance to you during this time. There could be somebody there that offers you a job. And so you've just finished beauty school, for example, or just saved up enough to go to school in your local area. This is a local place where you'll be spending money or learning some sort of tangible skill, a very hands-on kind of practical skill. in the past, you might have been afraid to do this. There was something you were afraid to do that in the future you're just going to go for. That's another thing I'm throwing in there. There is also this man. He could be slightly darker skinned than you. He could be, say, you're white. He could either be a very tan male, like a white male, or he could be somebody of color. He's just going to be darker than you or darker in complexion. He might be a little bit older. It doesn't have to be a man, but it would be somebody who is more masculine in energy. They might be offering you some sort of management opportunity or skill set. Not skill set, but the opportunity to work for them or work with them in some sort of way. Because I do have the Three of Wands here, which is a creative collaboration and manifesting with three separate types of manifestations coming to one to create a new path. So we're putting different creative energies together in order to create a doorway to some sort of celebration. So there's something has been stabilized here. There's like a joining of forces here. So that is sounding good. This can also have to do with your local bank. If you're a manager at a bank of some kind, or there's some sort of money management locally that's in your neighborhood, a business in your neighborhood that's going to be of significance to you, that's going to offer some practical exchange for you in some sort of way, or there's this will be a place of significance that you will be visiting a lot during the month of August, or a person that you'll be visiting in your neighborhood a lot. He's probably an older Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo character, with the descriptions I said earlier. Older, maybe darker complexion than you. You're just thinking a lot about your money as well. You could be asking for an extension on some sort of monetary thing, or to a landlord who, or something in your neighborhood, because of the, I don't know. I feel like the third house it's about our extensions as well. It's about our limbs, you know. It's the functionality. So how is your money working for you is going to be a big part of your month. Where is your money going? What is it doing? This could be a financial advisor of some kind. Have a financial planning. This can be about a loan officer in your if you want to go to school or something. There's some sort of a loan kind of deal. The bank. Underneath it all, you're sad about something in your home and family. You could have lost a family member last month and you're still grieving over that, or there is some sort of loss here. I really hope that it's not. It could have been a friend or a friend of the family. You might have had a falling out with them. Let me get some clarity here. I want to get. I'll just use these cards, because my other cards are over there and I don't want to stop the reading just to move. Can I please have clarity on the 4th house of 5 of Cups energy? Okay. I'm going to take them because we have the Emperor, the 7 of Cups, and the Star. If you have a father that has some sort of cognitive issues or has been having cognitive issues lately, I see there was a time where it's like being in control of, there's like this illusions kind of deliriousness and the control, but being a leader and also having some kind of confusion. And the Star is about divine healing, but it's also what we desire, what we're going for, what we want. So being confused about what they want, being out of control because of some kind of confusion, and unable to make a decision about what they want because they're confused, or there's options. It's either a father has dementia or something to do with the father having some sort of confusion. I don't have the 6 of Cups here in reverse. Maybe you've been feeling like you were unable to make a decision about what you want in a home and family, in a family situation, in a home situation. The Star indicates healing will come to that. Healing will come to that. You are getting like divine healing from the universe with that situation. If it is about you feeling out of control of which way to go, which option to choose, it's saying you will get there. We're shining this star for you. We're shining this light for you to follow. You will get the signs that you need from the universe in order to you might just be sad that you think you've chose the wrong path or you've lost out on something. They're saying whatever you've been feeling like you can't make a decision on or you're confused about, you are going to get in control. You are going to get the clarity you need, and you're going to put it into action. The Emperor puts things into action. This is a very future forward card. This is also the card of Aquarius, right? And here we have Aquarius in your future. It's also in the 11th house, which is the future. So it's very future oriented. You will make a decision in the future that will benefit, that will heal whatever's been going on in your home and family sector. If you've been confused about where to go with home and family or what to do with home and family, don't worry. Whatever loss has occurred, whatever sadness has been there will be healing. And this speaks of the future, and we're talking about planning a trip somewhere. You might be going to see home and family. You might be at a distance from them. You might be going to see them. The father, yeah, if this is about your father, I see there's a lack of clarity about some healing that's going on. there's a misunderstanding, or there's so many options in regards to this. There's decisions to be making about the future that might be really hard to make or unclear. Everything will be worked out. Everything will come together. This is also the wish card. So there could be something desired here, something, there's some sort of fantasy that's being desired. And there's some need to control that fantasy, fantasizing about the future. There is this, like, being the boss of the family. This can also be a landlord situation, because he is the boss of his domain, and the domain is your domain. So your father might just be concerned or worried about your future, or you might be concerned or worried about your father's future in some sort of way, but there will be healing regardless of this. There is a trip being planned. You could be going to see your father. Your father could be coming to see you, but I really feel this is you going somewhere. You're either planning to move somewhere else and go abroad on a trip, or you will be doing that, or you're planning to go see family abroad or on a trip. It's a dream come true for somebody. Maybe you, maybe somebody else in your family. They wish for you to be there, or you wish to be there. Somebody's sad. Maybe you're going to cheer somebody up. Maybe you're confused as to why you're sad. You want to be in control of, because Seven of Cups is still a very emotional card. I mean, we say all these mundane nuances for it, but it's about spiritual balance in the emotions, right? So we have spirit, which is infinite. And when we have a lack of grounding, or we get a little carried away with our emotions, it can confuse us. It can make us overwhelmed, right? And that's what it's about. It's about being overwhelmed in some sort of way, about not being able to be in control of something that you wish to be in control of. This whole situation will pan itself out, will heal. Whatever vulnerability you feel in terms of family and home, and there is a great healing coming to that. I feel like this is the only card that doesn't have a number on it. I know it's card 16. So the devil is 1, 2, 3, 4, 14. This is card 16 or 17. I feel like this is 16. The devil, the devil's tower, and then the star, or temperance in between. I digress. Okay, so we know that there's something going on with the father, or being in control, or being the leader of the family. Something going on there. There's some healing needing to happen, or coming into play. There might have been confusion, or being confused over this sadness or feeling of loss of some kind, or maybe you're not sure if you should be sad or not about something. There's something that's confusing about the emotional aspect of something. Let's go to the fifth house. Purely speaking about the devil in the fifth house, you might get into some naughty times, both drinking, boozing. If these are things you're trying to avoid, like that you've been healing from the past, like I was talking about, I would suggest keeping all the temptations aside. And by aside, I mean people that are going to influence you and do those things that you cannot do anymore. I would really suggest you not get involved with them. And this is not a preachy thing. There will be temptations. There will be things that will come up in your sexual life, romantic dating life, a toxic boyfriend, ex-boyfriends, partners, things that you cannot get out of, or toxic relationships with, any kind of partner, that will be kind of coming up for a revisit, and they will be there, and they'll be kind of like waving, hey, and they might be looking really good, and you might be just like, ooh, so there's that. You do what you want to do. I can't make those decisions for anybody. I'm just the messenger. So, yeah, that there will be temptation, and you will be tempted to gamble, and you'll be tempted to play. It's a very wild and debaucherous and kind of playful energy when the devil falls in the fifth house. Doesn't always have to be bad. It can be, there's the star here. So you might be being very vulnerable with your family about something. And Aquarius is a very coming out kind of energy. It's future forward energy. It's this is who I am energy. And with this card here and these two, kind of all about the future here. And this is about the future as well, and different philosophies, cultures, and beliefs. And you yourself could be coming out as LGBTQAA, Appleseed, John's, go on and on and on. There's so many of them. I can't. I mean, back when I was in high school, I put the T on LGB, and that was a big deal. So, you know what I mean. All the encompassing differences out there in the world. The closets that we come out of. You might be coming out of the closet in some sort of way. You might be being vulnerable with your family in some sort of way that you haven't before. And that might be what the devil card in the past is about. Feeling restricted, feeling unable to be your true self in some sort of way, or express yourself freely to your family in some sort of way. And now you are getting in control of the confusion with this, and healing from this, and being your most vulnerable self. Now, if this is what leads to loss in the family, I'm very sorry. That's a very unfortunate situation. I've seen it happen, and it's just not a nice thing, and it's very painful. So hopefully that's not the case. You might lose somebody that you feel is your tribe, that you feel is very connected to you in some sort of way, or someone in your family might be sad that you've been going through this by yourself. They could feel at a loss. You could feel at a loss for someone else in your family going through this. There is some sort of grieving that comes with letting go of our old lives and stepping into the future. And I feel like that's part of your family and home sector is getting that kind of energy. Like you might be leaving a home to go out and take the next step into your future. You might be leaving, I don't see dysfunctional family here. I just see like the leader of something, whether it's you that's the leader of your family or your home, might be confused about this vulnerability, about this future you, this new you. Okay? We know that there's going to be some sexual temptations. There's going to be some fun going on, debauchery. There could be somebody passing you something at a party, dancing around fire, outside in nature. There's fun things to be had. But maybe bad things to be had. So just discern. You'll be having fun. You'll be having very sizzling hot sexual encounters. There's a lot of horny little devil energy here. Now, moving along, the 6th house of health. You're thinking about your long-term health goals. You might be starting to work out, and you're kind of planning your meals for the week, really trying to stay on top of you're adopting healthier philosophies on your daily routine and your regimens. You're thinking about how something will affect you in the future. You're not just living in the moment. In the past, you were living in the moment. It was very impulsive. It was very, what makes me feel good right now. Now you are really thinking about before you step. You are planning. You are hunting down the best philosophies, the most expansive. Maybe you're trying foods from other cultures. Maybe you're trying herbal medicines from other cultures. Always check with your GP or licensed practitioner. That's the disclaimer. I'm not going to say it again. This is also planning some sort of beauty procedure, or you're getting more regimented about how you're taking care of yourself, your self-care. How you nurture yourself, how you nurture your body, your food, your skincare, your hair care, your just overall. Some of you are getting a pedicure done. You might be planning a pedicure, or you might do nails for a living. This is also the vibes I get here. There is some sort of maybe hidden treasure that you will discover amidst doing these glow up, upgrade, taking better care of yourself. This is, you're really future forward, and I feel like the future will be showing up on your physical person this month period of August. If you've been working out, this guy also works out, so maybe you've been working out from home, and now you're taking it, even though you've been kind of like, I don't know, I feel like scared to join a gym, scared to be vulnerable and put yourself out there. Maybe, I don't know, there's something here about something you've been working on in terms of your personal self that you're afraid of sharing with your family in some sort of way. So maybe you dyed your hair a different color. Your family's very traditional, or maybe your father's very traditional. Yeah, I'm getting a lot of traditional dad vibes or old school dad vibes. Maybe you don't want him to see this side to you, but you will be revealing this side to you. You've been sad that you haven't been able to be yourself, maybe, and that's been very confusing and annoying. And now you will be expressing yourself more openly and fully, taking charge of your family life or your home in some sort of way. Yeah, goals for the future in terms of body. Also, you could be planning to get a new pet. You may be like finishing off the paperwork to to adopt a puppy, or you've set the date to go to the pound to go look at the puppies or the kittens or whatever kind of animal it is, because this is not a cat or a dog, it's a pig. So it could be some kind of animal that most people don't have. It could be a little different, because I have the Aquarius. This is a different kind of friend. I'll say that. A different kind of fur baby friend. For many of you, it might be that you're just getting a puppy or a cat, or some kind of hamster or something. But there is some sort of alternative kind of vibes coming into your reading, so that's why I say that. This animal might come from another country. It might not be native to your local area or where you live. It might be exotic in some sort of way. Could be a fish. If you've been looking to find an animal or pick an animal, a fish is something that they're suggesting to you. Some kind of aquatic life here. All right. So, 7th house of relationships. There could be some malleability with relationships. There's fluidity with relationships. So maybe you're in an open relationship, or maybe you're in a relationship with a spiritual partner of some kind. You're mirroring one another. It's very fluid. It's free spirit, free love. It's very hippie kind of love. There could be some experimentation going on with other people in your life that you partner up with in any way, shape, or form. This could be a very sexually experimentative time for you. You might be sleeping with, if you say you normally sleep with male identifying people, you might be sleeping with female identifying people, or your partner may be different in some sort of way than you. They might have a different culture, a different background, a different spirituality. Your partner, if you're not being more fluid with your romantic life, or more open with your romantic life, you might meet somebody who is very spiritual in some sort of way, somebody who is practicing a tradition of spirituality that is from a different culture than you. It might be difficult to know if somebody is on your side or not. But I feel like this will be revealed to you when the time is right. When things come together, they'll either be at that gate or they won't. Somebody also could be having some issues maybe with how you're expressing yourself now, because of their spiritual beliefs. Or maybe somebody that you're going to partner up with, their spiritual beliefs match your self-expression very well. A parent could also be very sad about the fact that you haven't been able to, you've been confused about being able to be yourself with them. I feel that as well for some of you. Or haven't been able to emotionally feel comfortable in some sort of way with them. They might be sad about that, or you might feel some loss there in some sort of way. or they might be feeling sad or like they've lost something in some sort of way. The 8th house. You're being strong through some sort of, excuse me, knocking things over. You're being strong for, you're either being strong for other people in your life, or other people are being strong for you. There's a sharing of strength. There's sharing strength. There's this kind of, if anybody has been having some sickness or health issue, if they've ever been on life support, or this is from the past. This would be from the past, because the 8th house is the house of the past. I just see that being represented here. Maybe somebody in your family was sad about having to, sad about you having to be strong for other people in your family. You're sad, but you're having to be strong for other people. Your strength, you're the pillar for this person. Or they're sad that you feel you need to be that for them when they wanted to be that for you. That, I feel, is very strong there. This is also the occult, this house. The middle pillar is coming up in my mind. If you are into the occult or esotericism or ritual magic or folk or ceremony, folk ceremonial witchcraft, all that stuff. Something here about the middle pillar will help strengthen your occult abilities. If you're getting into that spiritually, this will help strengthen you. You might be making a partnership with some sort of entity as well, if that's something that you're into. A pact, some sort of spiritual relationship of some kind. That's just for whoever it applies. Otherwise, stick to the free flow. This is also dealing with debt collectors and being able to talk to them in a way that, or a loan officer or something, to be able to, somebody who is not seeing your way in something. This is knowing how to come across, not in a manipulative way, but to cater to someone's own internal nature in order to make them feel understood. And so in return, they are nicer to you, or they help you in the way that you were looking for them to help you, or they get on your side about things, or they see things from your perspective, or they see you as this kind of beautiful person that you are, and so therefore they are able to understand things a little bit more in regards to your situation and give you the resources that you need in order to move your life forward in some sort of way, or to be stronger in some sort of way. It's also about sex. So Venus and Leo with Capricorn energy, Scorpio too energy. I feel like things are going to be getting very deep sexually for you. There's a deeper, stronger, more powerful kind of vibe to your sex life this month, and I'm gonna move on from there, I think. So trip abroad. A trip abroad, some sort of cultural experience out in the world, going to a museum about something that brings you some sort of higher knowledge. There's a place of higher knowledge as well. History. This is also the house of deep secrets and archives things. So there's something here about going somewhere where there are pillars. You could be going to Rome. You could be going to an ancient place of some kind to visit, a trip somewhere that has a lot of ancient history and old buildings. There is also this kind of a place where you go to learn. So if you're going to college abroad, this could pertain to that. This is also, there's a bridge of significance at this place that you're going, a very famous bridge. I feel like you'll be saying it's the price you pay to do this. For some reason, that's coming here. It's like some saying that they have, the price you pay for this. The price you pay for beauty. The price you pay for having a home in this city, in this country. Like, nobody buys in New York, or what's that song Lady Gaga sings? It's like, you can't rent a place in heaven or something. It's, those of you who know, please put the lyrics in the description so people can get the reference. I feel like nobody can really afford to live there, but they're renting there, or they're living in a hostel there. You know, you just make it happen because it's such a beautiful place, or it's so cool and full of culture. Or when in Rome, do like the Romans. Like, there's just something here. There's like some nuance or euphemism or something pertaining to this trip or this thing that's, you'll find humorous in some sort of way. There's a lucky place. You might find your happy place. You'll be finding your happy place. Very nice. 10th house. Career. Just be careful. Prudence is like weary, cautious, delicate. There's something delicate about career. You could be doing something tedious for work. A project could be like really need to be like on point for some reason. That's what you're currently working on, manifesting some perfection. There's detail oriented, like if you work with anything to do with building stuff, like little tiny models of things or something, anything detail oriented, like I said, the nail thing, like, you know how some people do beautiful nail art and it's all very intricate and super just like perfection, like just super tedious, like tiny little details. Um, there's something here about accuracy and being delicate, something being delicate. So there's just like, just take your time, I guess, is what, I mean, we got the devil here in the past. Maybe you took a long time to do something in the past, and now you're getting a little bit faster and a little bit more accurate aiming, like more accuracy, but still, it's a delicate job. It's a delicate thing that you do. You might have a future associate or friend come in and want to collaborate with you in some sort of way. Um, this kind of um, colliding of, I don't want to say egos, but this creative um, ideas coming together. It could be 3 people, you and 2 other people. Your creative ideas coming together will create something, give something a life of its own, or create some sort of stability in terms of plans for the future in some sort of way. There is this need to make sure that you're giving back what there is this need to make sure that you each give back to the community in some sort of way. Maybe you're doing something like kind of technology orientated, and so there's something here about some humanitarian efforts as well, like fundraiser for somebody on the internet. This is also about the internet expanding of delicate things having to do with technology. This can also be about that learning the philosophies or perspectives about being warned or careful about some sort of technology. So we have the AI thing in the news, right? This is also like a newscaster type situation. So there's something here about technology, about somebody teaming up with somebody else in order to create something, some sort of organization or some sort of future forward I'm trying to like get the vibe from this. There's like a warning about, I think it's more of a delicate thing. Delicate, tedious, something that requires attention and care, very detailed work. It very well could be that there is some sort of new technology that you're trying out in terms of beauty and hair care stuff, or you're going to go for something with somebody else. You're joining a team, like say you're a hairstylist and you meet somebody who does nails and somebody who does makeup, and you all like get together and create your own business, do your own thing. There's something here about that. Or it's like a technology thing, like this aspect of video game building, and somebody else is very good at marketing, and somebody else is, you're just bringing what your spark is, your internal spark is. The 3 of you or a couple of you are bringing that together, and they're creating new opportunities for other people. So you could be getting, eventually in the future, opening a business which will employ other people, or you might have open a business that will have some sort of giving back kind of added into the price. So rounding up, donations. Every pair of this bought, every service bought, somebody gets this for free that needs it, type thing to it. It's also the path opening up to you. So if you were confused about where to move, where to live, you were sad that your place that you've been a long time is not working out anymore, and you have to make a decision, there'll be some new friend of some kind, or somebody will come into your life. This person could be a fire sign or air sign combo. More thinking fire with a little bit of air, that will help you get on the right path, that will pave the way for you, not walk it for you, but open up a door for you so that you can go walk into your future, confident, not confused anymore. Whatever you've been, whatever talent or skill that you've been harnessing, or project that you've been refining, is coming to a completion. However, one last note before I go: be careful who you share this with. Be careful about your plans. Don't let everybody know your plans. Somebody who's a friend, that you trust, that's an associate, that's different. But I would just be careful of associates or friends that maybe you're not so sure about, or you have some vibes about. Check in with yourself, your higher self, whatever. If somebody was nasty to you in the past, or became difficult in some sort of way, or it seemed toxic in the past, not a good idea to share this future information with them. A friend who's an Aquarius could be opening their door to you in some sort of way. This is like a karmic thing. This is a karmic event. So there could be a situation where this Aquarian type person was meant to be here at this particular point in your path in order to collaborate with you in some sort of way, or help you find the next path to walk down. Yeah, just be careful what you share your future plans with. If you have any technology you're developing, or there could be like big, even in the media right now, there could be just like huge leaps forward in terms of technology all of a sudden in the month of August. So if you are somebody that's on that boat, make sure you keep your ideas to yourself, because they could get out. Otherwise, let's look at all the arcanas here. I'm not going to count this because I feel like that'd be too much. I have the Emperor, the Devil, and the Strength card. This is really, for me, and the Star, excuse me, this is about getting in control of anything that's been getting out of control. And this is about being strong during a point of healing, a point of vulnerability. You might feel like you might be a little bit weak at certain points during this month period, knowing that your weaknesses will become your strengths. This is very important to know. You are a leader in some sort of way, or you're being looked up to in some sort of way as the leader in your life, in your family, in your situation. So be strong for them as well, and keep your eye on what you desire, what's the end goal. It feels like your dreams will start to come true during this period. At least the dreams will start to show themselves. The doors will open. You'll have the opportunity to take the shot. You might not get the shot the first try, but you might land somewhere else. So wherever that arrow lands, if it isn't where you set yourself high, set your goals high. If it doesn't land there and it lands here, it was meant to land there. Don't worry about where it landed. All right? Take care, Sagittarius. Bye.